Mosaic learners and teachers, please remember, some people are lessons. Try not to hold it within your heart space. When you do that, you cause distrust, and then it's harder for the higher vibrational beings to connect with you. All right. Now, this right here was the deck that I actually did, what was it, a couple of days ago. I'll be all creative. This was yesterday's. But the reason why I'm doing this was because I felt like, in addition to Gaia and sharing her information of just unconditional love and support for us in our walk to higher states of consciousness, regardless of external happenings, situations, illusions. Some people think that once they reach a certain level, they're done. But evolving is never ending, almost like a circle, no beginning, no end. Linear thinking would like for us to place ourselves in a box and think that we're limited, but we're not. Only when you realize that, and it's not an easy thing to realize because programming, it runs deep. We all know, for those that are on this same walk or similar of healing and growth and creativity. All right, let's see what I got today. The love the stars have for us is amazing. Life, existence, experience, wisdom, higher expressions, higher love, authentic, and multi-dimensional. How about that one? Right? It just aligned. Okay. So I'm sending another love vibration. Again, I expose for healing. And believe me, there's a lot more things that go on that's not necessary to address. Right now, I think it's more important for us to understand that our walk entails something very different than what we've seen before, because we are now embodying, instead of the world being totally destroyed and reconstructed, we are now embodying. And a lot of people or entities or body structures, or however you want to say it, some of those that chose to experience low vibrational frequencies this lifetime, sometimes they're unconscious that they chose that. So we also have to keep that in mind. When you're unconscious, a lot of times people are making decisions that they very much are unaware of. And I've been there. I'm just happy that it wasn't to the extent of what I see with regards to other avatars that are currently here. But I will say this. The message is always going to be the same for me. How you perceive it is always going to be based on your perception, your reality, and also it's going to be determined on your adaptability. Nobody's saying to bend and sway your core. Your core values, in my case, let's give an example. Emotional intelligence, right? Love. Okay, foresight. Those are very, very important things to the collective consciousness for growth. That's my perception. But it doesn't limit. It just brings about balance, meaning it's not the only thing. And that's what we need to really wrap our heads around. That we are all interconnected. And that when we break things down and compartmentalize, it's a way of us looking at a shadow aspect that we probably never considered before, that we can look at or address and purge it. All right. I gave you an example. Check out the post, actually. Check out the post, because I gave an example of what it looks like when somebody actually sign up to live on a low vibrational timeline. The mental and emotional bodies manifest into physical diseases. When somebody is blind and don't want to take responsibility, they use projection. Today, I put some frequencies up, not of my own making, but of a frequency, so you could get an idea of the fact that spiritual manipulation is real. Narcissism, we just use concepts to identify the energy. Remember that. And that energy vampirism is real. And some of the things that we can do in order to not necessarily protect ourselves, because when we say protect, we assume that we're separate from it. But we'll say more so to become conscious of it so that we could take measures to secure our energetic bodies, our mental states, our walk, our, pursuing higher states of consciousness. Anyway, I think this was longer than I anticipated. I still love y'all. And if y'all didn't forget, wash your hands after you take a poo-poo.